Hello everyone, Firecrest Gaming here and welcome back to another video. We're back for the LMP Championship for the Russian Grand Prix now. Bit of a difficult circuit for one of two reasons. One, the Red Bull does not suit the circuit at all. We've got terrible straight line speed. At least we've got some cornering so we can make stuff up in the third sector. However, my main worry is that BosS OMG is very, very quick around this circuit. So we're going to be keeping an eye on him for the whole of this race. But let's see what happens for this race. So we're on the grid now, we're starting in 18th place, definitely not the ideal starting position, but let's see what we can do. Lights out, away we go for this Grand Prix. LMP statistics starting 3 positions above us there, noting him to start, because obviously what happened, it's just what's happened overall with us this season. Trying to be cautious through turn 1. Unlike Raikkonen, who somehow crashed before the first corner, I don't know how that happened. We're going with the inside now of several AI cars. That's Rosberg on the left. And for no reason at all, he's just sideswiped us just to try and get us out of the way. Illegal overtake. Oh, he spun him out! Unbelievable. I didn't mean that. 100% I did not mean to spin out Nico Rosberg there. But that's how it happened. I can't... Rosberg's round. Well, that's just extra motivation to win this race then. Because we win, we gain even more points on Nico and put ourselves in a near championship winning position. So... we're going to head through now, through the middle sector, a bit more suited to the Red Bull because it's a bit more of corners rather than a consistent straight. So we're going to try and line up a move on Sergio Perez maybe into this right-hander. Having a look up the inside, and yeah, we've got him. Just about now, we've got Jensen Button up in P9. He's not going to stay there for much longer. Because here we are, we've got the slipstream, we're going to the right-hand side, there's not much space on this side of the circuit. Button squeezing us there very fairly, however. And we get the move done, and there's yellow flag, so we have to let him back through. Button, Button! This is the problem with the AI, when you get an illegal overtake and you need them to go through, they never get out of your way, but the second that you want them to back off and get out of a move, they never do and they spin you out. These are literally... Never mind, moving on. Well, we're back up to P11 at least after that hold up. So, and now we're on the back of Carlos Sainz after the first lap. Was that 1:52, I think, in terms of lap time? I wouldn't be surprised. Again, preview, not very big, so I can't really tell the lap time, but I think that's 1:52. Heading into turn 1 now to 206 miles an hour, I think I saw. And Sainz and Button trying to fight side by side. We're going to go at the inside of Button here into turn 3 or 2. And we've got him. Nice move there. Up to P9. And we also got into P8 after, I believe, I think it was someone ahead of us crashed. I'm not exactly sure 100% what happened. I think it was Statistic. I believe he had a bit of a crash with the AI. So we're trying to move up line up a move on Felipe Nasr now. And we go up his inside for P7. Nice easy move there. And now it's Maldonado. He wasn't a nice customer when we wanted to lap him last time out. In Japan, but we've got him this time. And Hamilton, however, not being good. As we're trying to overtake him. But we're trying to move on down through this sector. Move close upon him under brakes. The car going a bit light and a bit slidey there. We're just trying to gain as many positions as possible because I'm pretty sure Nico is still quite far down the field. We're going to go up the inside of him and the inside of Verstappen. Lovely move there. And holding it around the outside. Now it is Romain Grosjean, and this would be for the podium positions. BosS OMG, unsurprisingly, going fastest at this point in the race. But we're trying to have a look at the inside of Romain Grosjean here. Into the final corner, bit of contact, side-to-side wheels. 140, I think that lap time is, and BosS OMG was in the 130 something. I think 139 or 8. But we're trying to line up and move on Grosjean up to 200, 205, 207, 208, 211 miles an hour, and a very late call there to actually make the move on Romain Grosjean. That was a bit dangerous, to be honest, looking back. And now we're moving on to lap 6, hitting the wall there, somehow avoiding damage. Although we need to pit this lap, but BosS OMG is fighting Dark Gunner 40 at the front, so we've had to come in on the same lap. And because F1 2015 is rather stupid, the cars did not double stack and we had a minor delay in the pit stop. So it was only by about a second, but it did cost us a tiny bit, which was pretty annoying. So on the exit of the pit lane, it did mean we ended up losing positions to Maldonado and to Sergio Perez. But no problem, because I'm planning to overtake them as soon as we can. They are on the exit of turn 2 into 3. Long left-hander. This is always a very nice corner to drive. Down the inside of Perez and round the outside of Maldonado through the first few corners, and we've got the moves done on both of them. Fantastic work. We're back into P3. Okay, why exactly have the yellow flags come out? There's something... I think something's happened at the front. Yeah, BosS OMG. BosS OMG is in trouble. He and Gunnar ended up fighting, and it pushed a bit too far when it seemed to be that both ended up in a crash where BosS OMG came off worse. But I think, as far as I know, I didn't see any perspectives of this because I don't get footage from the others. But from what I could tell, I think BosS OMG tried to squeeze Gunnar out and defend his position. However, Gunnar felt that he went too far, and then they both ended up colliding. But BosS OMG says that they should have backed out of the move. And LMP statistic, they're getting disqualified. He had a bit of a terrible race overall, and he ended up being disqualified. However, he wouldn't be the only one to be joined. However, LMP statistic wasn't the only person to being joined on the sidelines early, as BosS OMG, from a podium position, also gets disqualified. He said he pushed too hard and cut too many corners trying to catch me. But as we come on to the final lap now, we just tried to push as hard as we could to catch Dark Gunner 40, and we were actually closing the gap ever so slightly. And you can see we emptied the tank on the Red Bull. We used every single bit of track, but yeah, it wasn't enough in the end. But we come home for P2, which is a very good result nonetheless. And so now with Dark Gunner 40 winning, let's move on to the podiums. So thank you very much for watching the Russian Grand Prix, and join us next time for the Mexican. Goodbye.